Hello, my name is Vincent Lee. I'm a game designer, and this is our game, Ahmmit's Gate. This is a single-player reverse horror experience where you play as Ahmmit, a blind monster from an ancient time that survives off the fear of humans. Her eggs have been stolen, so she has torn her way into this dimension to recover her kin. With a deadly sensitivity to light, Ahmmit can't stay in this world for long, so you must track down your eggs and return to the gate before you perish. Echolocate, crawl, and pounce your way through a museum while smashing objects and disabling security lasers. But be sure to keep Ahmmit from falling weak. Stick to the shadows and terrify the guards so that you can harvest their tasty fear through predatory assassination. This game is a demo-like experience representing a vertical slice of what could potentially be a fully fledged release. It can be completed in roughly 15 minutes and is playable with a mouse and keyboard or a PS4 or Xbox One controller on PC. We wanted to design a horror game where you played as the monster, since it offered many opportunities to explore various unique gameplay mechanics. It's also satisfying to see how players interact with the game's world as a horrific monster as opposed to a standard hero. From the beginning, we wanted to focus on creative, fear-inducing tactics, optimizing for maximal fear harvest while under the pressure of depleting health bar, low visibility, and trying to stay hidden creates a sense of urgency for the player.
Huh?
The original idea started with a feeling and a character design. We wanted the player to feel like the monster from the movie A Quiet Place. We came up with echolocation to clear up a darkened screen to represent blind sight. We also wanted the player to feel like a horror monster instead of just a killing machine. So instead of focusing on the kills, the focus was on causing fear in the enemy. And that's how our core gameplay loop came to be. The player scouts the room by using echolocation, then scares the security guards using sounds from interactable objects and echolocation, and finally killing and harvesting them when they have a large amount of fear built up to recover lost health. Throughout production, we were on the line between a puzzle game or a stealth sandbox game. After figuring out the mechanics, it came down to the level design to finish shaping the experience. When we designed each room, we gave them large movement spaces with interactables scattered throughout that allowed multiple approaches with opportunities to mess up and recover. We had only 5 rooms to teach the player how all the mechanics and systems worked. Everything that needed to be taught was listed out and then divided into 3 groups. Things that needed to be demonstrated, things that could be told, and things to be explored. Demonstrations were put in each of the rooms so that a player could fully engage and understand a mechanic. These were necessary mechanics like movement, attacking, and fear. Things told would be explicit messaging that told players important but non-critical aspects like precision crawling and stealth bonuses. Lastly were the explored. Rules that were not immediately crucial to gameplay or didn't fit inside a demonstration room but could be seen by observant players. Things like guards with maximum fear would panic. It served as a little reward for keenly observing the rules and the reactions of the game. The game was developed in Unity and version control through Git and GitLab, with several branches corresponding to specific features. Prefabs and scripts were exposed in ways that easily allowed designers to tweak values and build levels. Since Ahmmit could walk on any surface, there were interesting challenges related to movement and transitioning her body around corners. A lot of emphasis was placed on getting the pounds to feel great and the assassinations rewarding. The enemy AI was programmed using state machines, so they could react accordingly to Ahmmit's presence and actions. On the performance side, since this was all one continuous level, we had to implement a way for rooms to be dynamically turned on or off depending on the player's location. This reduced update calls and helped the game run at a steady frame rate. Our capstone team is called A Few Screws Loose Studios, and is made up of 2 designers, 3 programmers, and 2 artists. The student team was formed in January 2020, and spent 4 months in pre-production developing the design and scope of our game, resulting in our official game design, technical design, and level design documents. Full production began at the end of May, and we fully developed the game over the course of 12 weeks. The game evolved from a grey box prototype that displayed our core gameplay loops and mechanics to an alpha, and eventually a polished, completed Gold Master. It improved based on the feedback we gained from conducting several playtests between versions. Working remotely, we ensured that communication and planning were top-notch. We used Hack and Plan to track all of our tasks and participated in daily scrums and weekly sprints that resulted in weekly builds of the game. With a fresh game poster and trailer, we released the game for free on itch.io on August 19, 2020, in which it gained some attention as a unique, reverse horror experience. As of right now, it has over 600 downloads and several videos of streamers playing it on YouTube. And for that, we're quite proud of our achievement. Please enjoy the rest of this playthrough, and thanks for listening.